fields of Ansalon, the island of Urgoth has become a refuge for the elven peoples. Here, the haughty Sylvanesty of the east, the friendly Qualinesti of the west, and the wild native Kaganesti dwell in fragile, uneasy peace. This peace is shattered by the arrival of your band of adventurers, bearing the shards of the DragonLance and the power of the Dragon Orb of Icewall. Will the pitfalls of conflicting elven nations ensnare you? Can you escape across the wilds of Urgoth to the outpost of the Solamnic Knights, evading the wild elves in your path? Will you discover the secret of Huma's tomb and find the final resting place of the Dragonlances of old? Welcome to the world of Kryn and the legendary DragonLance.
Life Aquatic should be up there.
Grandpest
Buddha Bowl. Yeah.
And we're live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. To Atomic Peanut Butter presents Dragonlance: Dragons of Light, Part 9. We may finish this module tonight if we get going, so let's do it. I'm Adam. I'm your DM for tonight's festivities. Whoa, what's up, motherfuckers? Let's introduce the rest of the cast. Because I had a bad week, but I'm excited now. Gary's talking to me about experimental Belgium movies.
Is that how it's
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. Our new movie, which is called The Grandpest Buddha Bowl.
Now, you see, now that I'd watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Grandpa's Buddha Bowl, man. Nobody, if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. That's right, motherfucker. All right. Let's introduce the cast. Let's start with Gaz.
Hi, I'm Gaz. And I am playing Kurlathlan, the half-elf rogue scout, and yeah. Let's keep going. Who's next?
Hey, I'm Michael. I'll be playing Cyril.
There you go.
He's
That's an issue
a
for you.
simple cobbler who's fairly good in a fight.
Now,
Hi, everyone. I'm Will D. Oh, no, I'm not
No, you're
anymore.
not. You
I'm
haven't
Will
been
DM.
DM in years.
I haven't jammed in a while, so.
But that was
But,
fun, though. So if you ever want to go back to it.
But that's true. But the
Marvel
I'm playing
superheroes.
Alphasian Malkarite, Knight of the Rose, and is he still the close confidant of
No, there was a little
Derek
bit of
Crown Guard? There's
crack
been
in
a
the
rift
facade
there. Yeah, because he thinks that Crown Guard's a fool.
Wow.
He hasn't said it out loud.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shots across the bow. Kem-chan.
Hey, I'm Kem-chan. I'm playing Jadik, our Minotaur pirate captain. And let's go. Let's do this.
Let's do this, motherfucker. Antecedently on Dragonlance. And I got a short one tonight, guys. I cut down all the bullshit that I've been reading for the last 6 weeks. After fleeing the ice wall. I don't know why I kept the in there, so I edited this thing out, but I kept calling it the ice wall. You know what? Fuck it. Just like we have Dr. Feelthas, now we got the ice wall. After fleeing the ice wall in a pre-cataclysmic ship named the Windrunner, the companions have been trekking through southern Urgoth in an effort to make their way to the northwest shore toward a Solamnic Knights outpost, where they hope to find passage aboard a ship that Jadek's newest crew member, an ogre named Chubby Boy, who the companions had previously spared during a recent battle, planned to steal and hire on some deckhands. Whether he shows up with that ship or not is still in question. They had discovered a treasure that they were told of by a mercenary named Vanderjack, whose crew abandoned him, leaving Alphatian to believe that they may have been shape-changing draconians. Sit back.
Totally are.
As well as a well
that's what
full
those
of
are.
dragon metal that silver-armed blacksmith Theros Ironfeld can use to forge the legendary dragon lances.
That's silver-armed
TM.
devil.
Finally, they found the tomb of the Solamnic hero, Huma Dragonsbane. The tomb was empty, other than the knight's sword and shield. The cowardly false knight, quote-unquote, Sir Alphatian Malkarite, ignored his
You cannot call him cowardly.
You are...
When has he
absolutely
ever
a
run
coward.
from a battle?
He
What?
will, no, he won't run from a battle, but he won't walk into a room or up a set of stairs.
Sure he will. What are you talking about? He does it all the time.
After everybody else goes first.
No, after the NPCs. There's a big difference there.
And the cobbler.
But-
And
How does he
Cobbler
know
was,
that?
was
though?
leading the way last time, so
Well, that's because the cobbler, like,
Meta
his
Knight,
normal movement
Alphatian
speed is
Malkarite.
90 feet. He couldn't beat the cobbler anywhere if he wanted to.
The tomb was empty, other than the knight's sword and shield. The cowardly false knight, Sir Alphatian Malkarite, ignored his liege lord Derek Crownguard's orders to leave the weapons and not desecrate the grave of the greatest knight in Solamnic history that ever lived, and took both the sword and the shield for himself. He claims it was to fight dragons, but we know he just thought they looked cool. The
they
companions
were
then...
quite dashing.
Just cool, man. The companions left the tomb and began to head toward the giant stone dragon when they were attacked by a hill giant named Thunderbane, son of the leader of the city of Daltagoth, Storm Ogre, who, along with his contingent of hill giants and ogres, were searching for a treasure stolen from them by a gnome adventurer, Theodenis. The companions were able to win the difficult fight, but Theodenis died horribly in combat.
Because he was cowardly.
He was looking for whatever he took from the...
He got smushed by a boulder.
He did get smushed by a boulder. That's where we begin tonight's
Frantically
episode.
pulling
guys.
from his bag of holding there.
Oh, yeah. Who grabbed that?
Nobody. We
No one
ended right
yet.
there.
Nobody.
Because we were
Still
running
there.
late and Kim-chan had a blow.
Yeah.
All right.
Away. Blow away.
Yes.
Go.
We got you.
Clarify
Well,
that.
we got to
Yes.
move that boulder first.
Since Curly was right by the gnome that got crushed by the boulder, I try to grab that magic bag that he was rooting through.
Sure. You grab it. You open it up, I imagine.
Sure.
It's a magic bag of holding.
Well,
Sweet.
while you are pilfering the dead,
No.
Alphatian's going to
Which is something reserved for the Knights of Solamnia, I
Fuck
guess.
yeah, it is. It's called appropriation. But he's going to move Alphatian.
No, I'm commandeering it. All right.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that word better. Commandeer. I think appropriation's the correct word. But
You
commandeer's
commandeer a
something.
vehicle, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But he's gonna try and move the boulder. He wants to get his body out. He liked the gnome. He's gonna bury him.
All right. Roll. Derek will help you. Why not? Roll with advantage on strength or athletics, whatever's better. And then, Curlithlon, you find a whole bunch of stuff as you start pulling random things out. A lot of it is like stuff that you could tell that he was making. It was like weird tinkering things. Yeah, 27, you're able to move that boulder. There is very little left from this liquefied gnome, by the way. Luckily, the bag was magic. So
And
that,
his cat got killed too, right?
yeah, right.
Yeah, that was earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, the cat got killed prior to the crushing, so we don't have to worry. We've crossed those two NPCs right off the list in one battle. And I tried to go after Silvara too, but
Not hard enough.
I tried to go after you more than anyone, and I wasn't able to kill you.
What, you put him down?
Who went down? You went down. Curlithlon went down. Jadek went down.
Yeah.
Sir Earl, you stayed up, right, the entire time? You came
Nope.
fairly close, but
Came really close. Like you had like 12 or 15 hit points or something, but came
Yeah.
really close.
You kept getting
Thankfully,
healed,
my
though.
lady love kept me going.
Yeah, so that's the smart thing. You don't be a dick to the NPCs. You woo them.
Yeah.
Shit, I cannot find it. Anyway, you find a bunch of junk, basically. You do find some steel pieces. Roll me 2d20. Here it is. You find
Ooh,
31 steel pieces.
Okay.
And you find, like, any, common adventuring gear, since he was a adventurer, ropes, pitons, hammers, spikes, that kind of stuff. So you're basically anything you could possibly use that's in the player's handbook is in this bag, as well as stuff, like I said, that weird things that he's kind of built and put together. It almost looks like child's artwork more than anything useful. But you do see something called the Singing Statue,
Oh,
which
nice.
I cannot find for the life of me in this.
Is it singing? Is it singing?
You shot the singing bush! Oh, no, they shot the invisible swordsman! That's what it was.
They'll be coming round the mountain when she comes.
That's exactly what it's singing.
I put it back in the bag.
Oh, you know what? Because I think it's in this separate section over here. Let me see. Magical items. The singing statue. Here it is. This item appears to be a hollow statue of beaten gold, formed in the shape of Meshakal, the healer. And because none of you are wizards, I've just been giving you the intel on every magical item that you find, because I am nothing if not a benevolent DM. Benevolent DM. I say that wrong every time. If water is poured into the hole at the top, the statue begins to hum a varied, peaceful tune, aka she'll be coming round the mountain. The statue has the following properties when singing. It acts as a chime of opening against any locked or held door. It prevents undead from approaching within 20 feet of its wielder. Most importantly, it heals 1 to 6 points of damage once per day to any person within 10 feet. Because you guys are such high level, and this is 5th edition, not 1st edition, and I hope some of you wrote that down, because I'm not repeating this.
Yeah, undead shield, one a day heal. And...
We'll say it is, because it's a D8, right, for cure wounds. We'll say it is once a day, 3d8 healing.
Oh, nice.
Because 1d6 for level 10 characters or whatever you are right now is a little bit silly. But we'll keep it at once per day. And I don't know why I closed this book, because I still need it open. All right. What do you guys do? You got the big statue in front of you.
Sing along with it.
We got to go to the.
You guys just sit down and go make a campfire and just start singing. She'll be coming around the mountain over and over in rounds,
Yeah.
too. It's,
In rounds, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so you're continuing on toward the
Yeah, I
statue?
think we would keep going with how we've been going
We killed
so
all
far.
we killed all the giants and ogres and stuff already.
Yeah, you killed them all. There was a shit ton of them. I think there was 10 ogres, Thunderbane, who was the lead hill giant. He had like 210 or 215 hit points, too. He was a big dude. And then 2 other hill giants on top of that. So,
Yeah, honestly, I didn't think we were going to accomplish that. So.
it was tough. It was tough. You guys could have just sold out Theodenis, and in retrospect, you probably should have, since you just got him killed anyway.
Actually,
Probably.
we
Was trying to get him to give up the stuff.
I know. He
Yeah.
couldn't find it
Yeah.
in the bag. That's part of the module, by the way, is that he spent some number of rounds of looking in his bag. for this.
Fucking, yeah.
From a distance, the great stone dragon seems a steep and treacherous climb, its sharp features unscalable. At its base is a giant slope of stone shards cut from the mountain where the dragon was first built. The early going does not require any tools. Silvara, and I will move you guys to a different map here. Bear with me, even though this is going to look very similar to what you just saw. You see on this those little... Now, I got rid of the words and what's there, but you see like those L8, L7, L5, L6.
Okay.
L7 is a big... Will's a big L7 fan, aren't you, Will?
Fucking A right I am.
I knew it. I like that one song, Pretend You're Dead. Pretend Like You're Dead. Or what
Pretend
is it?
we're dead.
Pretend We're Dead. That's a good song.
What the hell are you talking about?
L7. You don't know L7, the band?
The band.
And we
You're such an
pretend that we're
L7
dead.
fan.
Oh, now you're making Adam sing, damn it.
Yeah.
I blame mute.
Anyway,
I no idea.
Google Pretend We're Dead by L7. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Great song.
Okay.
Shit list is also really good.
Which one?
Shit list.
I don't know that I know that one.
You'd like it.
You're on my shit list, man.
I always would.
So anyway, those are different paths you can go. Those highlighted areas on this stone dragon.
Okay.
Now, as you're exploring this, Silvara has been very quiet as usual. She's very shy. She leans over towards Sir Earl and says, I know the best way to go.
Excellent. My lady here knows the best way to go. She's going to lead us.
All right. Cool.
I thoroughly support NPCs leading the way.
She says the way may be a little bit difficult, but luckily, in the murdered gnome's bag of holding, there's quite the number of ropes and climbing gear, enough for everybody.
There you go. Woo!
Now, in the module, it assumes that Theodenis is still alive and able to tell you this, but luckily, Kurlithlan ransacked his belongings.
Yeah.
So, you continue over. The lower part of the stone dragon is a broken shape of shattered stone, the remnants of the carving. Climbing is strenuous but not dangerous. At day's end, you reach a relatively level spot. Someone has been here before you, as there are ashes of a recent fire. So it is getting late now at this point with this day that you're going. Basically, the way that you're going, and I should tell you this, you're starting at L1 down at the bottom, moving your way along to L5, then L6, and going up sort of this into this, like his armpit here, the dragon's armpit is where you're headed right now.
Okay.
And you get to
Taking all care and precautions, of course.
right. So I'm gonna move this along a bit. So we'll say L6 is where you find this. Even though it's supposed to be L1, but we're moving it along because there's not other things you need really here. Is where you basically get to by evening time.
Okay.
Do you want to push ahead in the during the night, or do you want to make camp?
I said we make
Pretend
camp.
we're dead.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we were saying?
Yeah. I put the link in.
What?
it.
Oh, I thought you were correcting what we were talking about, but I
No,
thought
that's
that's
what we said.
exactly what you just said earlier.
Pretend you're dead. I'm not unfollowing.
It's a song we were just
No,
talking
no,
about
no.
seconds ago.
Oh, but then you said pretend you're dead or you're not, and then I was just like totally confused. So, all right.
I'd
Not
play it
in
here,
game.
but Twitch would we'd be muted for some time.
Oh, yes. I say we camp. I don't say that we walk around and climbing in the middle of the night.
I'll ask
Yeah.
my lady love there what her recommendation is, since she's obviously been this way before.
She says, well, we should still be safe from the birdmen here at this
Oh,
level.
shit, yeah.
However, there was somebody here before, and this is a fairly fresh camp. They probably left this morning. But
You
the
raise
way
a good point.
the way is treacherous, however, and may be difficult to traverse, specifically at night, except for Curlithlon, who has these ridiculous gloves and boots. Which, and by the way, Curlithlon is just sort of, hey, he's reading a book, sitting in like cross-legged, reading a book about 3 feet in the air.
Alphasian's no outdoorsman, but is there anybody here that could maybe glean how many people were at this camp before we get to messing it up?
I can definitely take a look and get an idea.
All right, roll a survival check.
Alrighty. You know, I should have probably had my character sheet open before.
You say this every time you go to roll. Every time you say that.
I'm doing it now. And I'm getting a solid 10.
You could tell that there was more than one.
Solid.
Fewer than 20.
More than one and fewer than 20. All right. Well, that's helpful.
Your
So,
immediate
Curlithlon
reaction
is-
when you look at this is, yeah, there were a bunch.
Yes.
Curlithlon is actually interested to know how Silvara is reacting to Searle's attitude towards her. Inside check.
Oh, that's a good
Oh.
one. That's a good one. And that was, you know what? That was a
19.
great roll because you yelled it out exactly the way you should have. The proper level of excitement and accusation. You can see while she's just like everybody, a little embarrassed for Sir Earl the way he's trying to figure out how many people were in this camp. Because he's stumbling over things.
Like he's looking over at her
yeah.
and
He-
giving
he-
her those
yeah.
long puppy dog eyes.
There was like a piece of cloth that he picks up in a gust of wind immediately and blows it out of his hand, and he tries to catch it but doesn't quite do it. So there's a lot of pity there. But they're also, beyond that, she does always look at him with this this look of affection, like genuine affection.
Okay.
Unlike the way she looks at Alphasian, which is disgust and horror.
It's all right. He's used to it.
All right, so you're gonna camp for the night.
Yeah.
Are you?
It's all right, Alphasian. He's not yet the most deluded Knight of the Rose.
No.
Far from it.
You got a long way to go before you're the most self-deluded Knight of the Rose. So
No, he's just the biggest dick.
Alphasian is no dick.
No, I was thinking of Ergrin.
Ergrin's a dick.
Yeah.
Alphasian, he does stuff
I think
for people.
Ergrin is
He
really
just
funny. I really like Ergrin
He just-
because he's such an asshole.
because he is a dick.
Yeah. And he's like a cleric of Paladine, isn't he? No, Chislev.
No.
Chislev.
Chislev. Yeah.
All right, so
Nature.
are you taking a watch?
Absolutely.
probably.
All right. Who's going first?
I'll go first.
So there's a question in chat. Could Fizbane, who is the
Fizbane.
avatar of Paladine, correct?
Well, first of all, you have
Could
no.
he raise Linus?
Spoilers.
First of all, you don't have any idea that that's the case.
That's what's being talked about in chat.
Right.
I'm just asking questions.
Yes. So the answer is, if chat wants it while giving spoilers, the answer is no.
Ah,
In fact,
they were saying that they're trying to say he was undead. I said he is not. He was buried by his
they,
friends and Fizbane.
yeah, Curlithlon actually put him down so he would not become a wraith of his own, or a shadow on his own.
No,
Remember
that's
that, Gary, or
you're
no?
thinking
That
of
was a
you're
long
thinking
time
of
ago.
Silver Fox.
No. Oh shit. No. It was what's his name? It was.
He was killed by trolls.
But
No, he wasn't. He was killed. Linus was killed by the shadow dragon.
yeah.
Oh, he must have almost got killed by trolls.
Everybody
That's what I was
almost
thinking.
got killed by those trolls, but no one did.
Okay. Yeah, that's right, because he was in the dungeon after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
The
anyway,
yeah, you're right. the
Maybe
Shadow
maybe
Dragon.
Fizban will decide to exchange Sir Alphatian Malkorite's life for Linus's.
Nah, never happened. Sir Alphatian is destined to be the best and brightest knight of Salamia that they've ever seen.
That's what his mother told him, although she said, she said it a little bit more clear and confidently when
Yeah.
she would talk to her friends about Alphatian. Oh, you know my boy Alfie. He's going to be the greatest
That's totally
knight of
his nickname.
Salamnia anyone's ever seen.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's so tall and handsome. Isn't he handsome? Look
I'm
at
sure
him.
Derek has slipped and called him Alfie once or twice.
Yeah.
And now I can't. Now I just have to see Alphatian Malkorite as Cyril Karn from Andor.
Oh, by the way, that was a great show, Gary. You were right.
So good.
You were right about that. It is amazing, amazing. All right. So, first watch.
Alphatian.
Roll me a d20. 14. You are good. Nothing. You don't see or hear anything. All's quiet.
You
Second
turn
watch.
in.
All right, yeah, Curly will take the second watch.
Roll d20. 11. Hard to say. Almost felt like you heard something in the distance, but nah, you couldn't quite place it. So everything's probably fine.
Yeah, no worries.
Third watch.
Sure, why not?
Sir Earl, roll me a d20. Yeah, you're just staring at Silvara sleeping and just looking at her face and thinking how
The
beautiful,
moonlight
how
is
beautiful she
so-
looks in the moonlight. Yeah, like
Not creepy at all.
you have
No.
no, in a sweet way, not in a stalker way.
Right.
Sure, because staring at somebody sleeping can be done in a sweet way.
He's painting her.
Not when you're looking at an adult.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Not when you're looking at someone you met literally days ago.
Right?
What's that? You know, that first initial puppy love thing.
Yeah,
going on.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I'm sure that's been uttered in testimony in court.
I swear, Your Honor, it was puppy love.
Why are your pants unzipped now, sir?
Oh, sorry.
Order in the court. No, don't bang the gavel with that. Last and final watch, Jadek.
Yes. What are we rolling? D20?
D20.
Dose.
Yeah.
Does it count for a full night's rest for everybody else?
Yes. You
Since
do
he's
have a
the
full
last
night's
one?
rest. You do get a full
Okay,
night's
cool.
rest, but in the early morning, now you
need
were
them hit
I don't know
points.
what you were just watching Sir Earl sleep. I'm assuming, and Janek. When you're
He knocked out. Woke up, so dozed off. He definitely dozed off.
yeah, you dozed off at the end there. You were a little tired, and then as you wake up, in the distance you see flying away from the statue is a white dragon.
Flying away from the statue.
From the statue. It is and you remember this dragon pretty clearly. It is
That's sleep.
it is not Sleet, but one of the smaller ones that was with her.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, but she seems to be going away, so that's a good sign, right? Nothing
Yeah.
bad could happen with
Yeah.
that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Right.
Oh, just in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunting.
I got a question, Adam.
Sure.
So-
Will, what would you like to know?
Before we had left, is it feasible for Alphatian to have pilfered a sack off of one of the giants or ogres in which to carry the sword and the shield of Huma?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's got it in his sack and he ties it onto his back.
Okay.
Is how it's going to be. So,
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you continue on. It's rough going, but Silvara continues to, point you, and she goes first. So to show you the path, and sometimes when it's a little bit trickier to show you each handhold and foothold, throughout the mountain. You get up around the arm at L4, and you do see in the distance some eagles flying around. They don't seem to notice you, too far, or maybe they do, and they're sort of like hanging back. You do see a nest in the in the crook of the arm, like right, where on basically the top of the elbow there. If anybody gets a little closer, you see that it's empty, but there are 3 adult eagles that are sort of circling in the distance, as if they're maybe looking for food, and a little bit maybe annoyed that you're there, but otherwise nothing too crazy. You are able to get up to level 9. It is evening again by the time you were able to get there, and it's like, it's really close to getting dark, but Silvara urges you to continue on as you go up to the shoulder of that dragon, and because you don't want to. There's nowhere to rest here. I mean, this is, much easier moving than it was in L6, or if you had gone up L8, which is pretty much a straight climb up. But, but still, it's not a place where you can stop and rest. You climb the last few feet to the juncture of the wing with the body and look out over a hidden vale. Well-tended orchards dot the plains, and human-looking creatures tend sheep and goats. The back wall of the vale is dotted with hundreds of shallow caves. There is a flurry of wings, and dropping in front of you is a group of 4 humanoids, each looking more like a bird than man. They are armed with nasty-looking swords, and they just squawk at you as if they're trying to communicate, but I don't think any of you speaks Aarakocra.
Oh,
Wait, don't we have some caramels to throw to them? or
yes, you
something?
do. That's what it's.
And you just see, everyone turns to Cyril, and he just has chocolate on the corners of his mouth, and he's like, his cheeks are puffed out like a squirrel in preparing for hibernation.
No, I will use those, I guess.
So how do you use them?
I mean, how were we supposed to use them?
don't actually throw them. Just hand them to them. Offer.
Maple sweets.
It just says to give them to him.
Yeah,
It didn't
so
say
I'll
anything
offer
more.
them. I'll offer them 5 of them. Like, hold them up,
Okay.
waving it. Sweets.
Sure.
Sweets.
So each one takes one, and then one.
What
of the
was that guy's name again?
Ben Soldi.
Ben Soli. And he goes, from Ben Soli. Yes, Ben Soli. They know.
And they grab them. One of them tries to grab that last one because there are 4 of them. And the big one slaps his hand and grabs it himself and shoves it in his beak and eats it. And they look at you and they nod and they fly off.
Well, that was easy enough.
Oh, all right.
How many more others do we still have?
15.
15. Excellent.
I can get
So,
my character
question.
sheet to edit.
Yeah.
How big is this statue exactly?
700 feet tall.
There we go.
So, how big is this veil that's within the wingspan?
It's behind it. You're seeing it in the distance. The veil.
It's like the dragons carved into the mountain.
From L9?
There's a plateau. There's a plateau up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're looking beyond.
Yeah, that's not
the
clear
mountain.
from what we're looking at, because what we're looking at looks like there's a back that we wouldn't be able to see behind.
Yeah.
there.
So you're
But okay.
yeah you're basically on that back.
Oh,
At the
I
top,
thought we
in the
were
crook
down
between the
here
wing and
at
the neck,
L9.
basically. Yeah, it's kind of,
Okay.
again, this is, look, man, this is the artwork. What do you
Gotcha.
want, man? Yeah,
No,
so
no,
you're looking
don't worry,
beyond
this
that.
is
You
why
see
I
that
need the
veil.
clarification.
Tasselhoff will say, because he has very keen eyesight, that it looks like those humans in the Vale are actually more of these Aarakocra. They're just far away, and there's, more than 100 of them down there, but that seems to be where they live.
Oh, I hope they don't spread the word about these treats.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sure they will.
15 left. Dude, there's a bunch of guys up there giving away snacks. Silvara then walks up to the back of the neck of the dragon, the stone dragon, searches for a little bit, and runs her hand along one of the grooves in the wall, pushes a little bit, and snapping outward a little is what looks like a concealed door that she then opens, and turns to you and says that the way lies through here.
Very well. Let's go.
Excellent.
And I don't hesitate for a moment. I just take off.
All right.
Okay.
Give me a moment. I think this is.
I
it.
think all the NPCs should go first,
Yeah. No
followed by
shit.
Surreal.
How exactly does Sir Alphatia Melkright phrase that?
He doesn't.
He just
That's just
hopes
me.
it in his heart of hearts.
That's Will Dot Player right there.
In his meta heart, he is
Yeah. No, you'll know when I'm in character. It's that haughty arrogance that comes out.
As opposed to the
Uh-huh.
common man arrogance that you usually
Yeah.
exude.
Yeah, you got it.
You know what? It's a very subtle difference.
It is, but those who are fans of 70s Belgian film should be able to understand.
You know what? Fair point.
There you go.
I cannot reveal this map. Roll 20 if you'd like to be a sponsor. There we go. We'd love to have you. All
I
right.
still see a dragon.
That's because I haven't moved you there yet.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew I was going to fuck this up, so I figured I
I
would
still
move
see a
you
dragon.
once. God damn it, Michael. Don't make me pull over this car. All right, you see this?
See the whole map? Am I supposed to be able to?
You see, yeah.
No.
I'm showing what you want to see. You see the whole floor.
Okay.
What the fuck do I care?
Oh, okay, there we go.
All right, you guys
At the top.
enter at the top in M1. Because what does any of this mean anything to you if I show this? Show you the whole map?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't know. There's some little dudes in M7. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
And also in M8, there seems to be some sort of creature.
Thing.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Something.
just
Nice.
maybe, it's Snuffleupagus.
Might be.
It does look
Oh,
like it could
Snuffy.
be.
Doesn't it? A little
So
bit?
we should
Yeah.
go there. We
Yeah.
should absolutely go there.
The
100%.
corridor opens into a wide area of worship with a high ceiling. The shrine is 40 feet deep, with passages leading off to the east and west. Benches line the walls, and at the far end is a small altar beneath a huge tapestry. What? The tapestry? The tapestry, aforementioned, depicts a warrior in armor of shining silver, a mighty dragon sitting regally behind him, and a constellation in the black sky. Sir Earl, roll me a perception check, please.
Alrighty. Rolling. Ooh, not very good. 9.
Yeah. The tapestry is super nice.
Yeah. I haven't never seen anything quite like this, but I'm not really into art. You know, if it was dogs playing poker, I might have a comment, but this means nothing.
Alphasian, roll me. Alphasian, sorry, you got me with that one. Roll me a perception check with advantage, Alphasian, with Derek helping you. You
He
guys
likes
are
the cats
yeah.
playing poker.
Yeah. You guys are making shadow puppets with your long mustaches.
But we're
I'll
too
roll-
busy giving each other the stink eye, is what it is.
Yeah.
I'll roll perception.
Sure.
15. There you go.
If you knew what you were looking for,
Okay.
you would really, really be interested in this mural. You know what? I'll tell you what. Because you rolled so well, I'm going to let you roll either a history or a religion check, whatever's higher for you.
Okay, let's see. Let's do.
And Curlithon, I'm going to let you roll a perception
same.
check too, which
Sure.
I'll roll.
that's going to be a
history,
tough
then.
DC for you.
Oh,
3. No, there's something about this that seems familiar to you, Jadek, but can't quite place it. 18 perception, Curlithon, is really good.
what if I? Yeah, I was gonna say, what if I confer with like, Flint? Because he's always there.
Oh, okay.
He's
Because
older.
he's always there.
Yeah.
He's always there.
Yes.
Old. Why?
He's like a familiar,
He's just
honestly.
there, you know.
He just kind of
He's
pops
up.
in when we need him.
He's
And
like,
otherwise, he's just not around.
what was that green alien dude from the Flintstones?
Oh,
Oh
The
yeah.
Great Gazoo?
Great Gazoo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
the
it.
Great Gazoo.
Flint has become our Great Gazoo.
Oh, lovely.
Flint says, well, I don't really... I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, Curlithon, I kind of see it. That guy looks a little bit like that old wizard. Although the guy you see is a knight, but there's something about the face. Now, he doesn't have facial hair like a knight of Solamnia would, but there is something. Maybe it's the eyes. There's something that does remind you a bit of the old mage Fizbin.
Was there a picture of Huma in his tomb?
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
Now you've seen, because of your lineage, of course, you've seen
Right.
Artwork of what Huma would have looked like, and this isn't it.
Right.
And you can also tell that this knight is not wearing Solamnic armor, ancient or otherwise. So, and the dragon, Huma did ride upon Dragonback, but it was from the pictures that you've seen much smaller than and frankly less majestic. But don't tell that to the dragon. Than this.
I don't know. I'm kind of tired of hearing about Huma. All of the true pre-Cataclysm aficionados know that Kaz the Minotaur was the true hero of that time. So
And if Adam read
Yeah.
those books, he'd agree with you. But
those were like the best Dragonlance books.
the best Dragonlance books were Legends.
You know what the Kaz the Minotaur is like?
I have to read them. I haven't read them. I will, but maybe. I don't know where. It's hard to find them, I mean,
Curlithon goes over to Jadek and like nudges him. And he's like, "Nobody talks about the Minotaur. The Minotaur was the best one there."
Of course, Jadek's just like.
by the way, Jeddick, you don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but you like
No,
that
I
he's
know.
giving you a compliment.
I know. That's all. That's why. That's all he's saying. Like, see.
Yeah. Don't try to butter me up. All right, what do you guys do?
We'll continue on and in.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you continue on
we'll
and
need some. We'll need some light sources.
the sconces in the walls actually have been lit, and you do notice ahead of you that there's a door to the end of this temple here that has been busted open.
I think that perhaps this chap Vanderjack and his party are here. Seems like something they would do.
Now, I'm going to remind you, and maybe you remember this, but just in case you don't, Vanderjack was abandoned by his group.
Oh, he was?
Yes, you
I thought
left
he
him
disappeared.
behind. No, he was still
Right.
there when you guys left.
Oh,
he was
he
still
was-
there enjoying
oh.
his tea, his morning tea, and he said he'll
Right.
meet you. You know, maybe he'll see you at the Forbidden City, but he wasn't in any rush to
That's
leave,
right.
and you guys were heading out, and we didn't need any more
No, I
NPCs.
remember now.
But the rest of his group had left.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, maybe it's them.
You can pull that one out of your ass. Okay.
Yes, you do see too that. Oh, and I'll give this to who rolled the highest there. Was that Curlithlon? Perception?
Yep.
18, yeah. Something about this, the image on this tapestry, it seems to indicate that the man and the dragon are one and the same being to you. Like you're kind of getting that's what you're picking up as you're staring at this artwork. The rest of you don't see it.
No shape-changing dragon.
You're like, one is a fucking dragon, the other's a fucking human.
But they're the same thing.
And that's
All
too
the
deep. And that's
same.
too deep for their primitive, unartistic
I don't
minds.
understand why we're still standing around. I mean,
Yes,
what are we
I really
doing
don't
here?
care for this artwork too much. Why do you guys keep keeping us here to comment upon it?
There is also in this room a small altar.
Well, Alphasian will look at it.
All right, it's a small altar.
Excellent.
Are there any
All right.
markings upon the altar?
No, it's very plain, made of marble, but otherwise very plain.
And small,
Yes,
not large.
it's a small altar.
The Alphasian will have drawn his two-handed draconian sword, by the way.
Okay,
So was
and you're
that
attacking
the-
the altar?
No, he's just got it out. He's ready.
But you can hit it
There's-
pretty
there's
easily,
some-
you feel.
There's somebody here.
It's not moving.
Yeah.
How
no.
many hit points does it have?
I mean, it's marble.
How
so
much experience?
It's, we're using milestones. So all you got to do is kill the. As soon as you kill this altar, you level up, baby.
There it is.
Wait!
So Alphasian's going to come down and he's going to look both directions. Is there light both ways too?
Yes.
Interesting. Everyone be on alert. We're not alone here.
Okay.
I mean, the Aarakocra didn't seem disturbed, so I don't know if they would be foes, but you never can tell.
You noticed for a fact that they did not even come near. They didn't. I mean, this door was closed. This wasn't in. I mean, did you leave it open? Did you close it on the way out?
I think we should leave it open.
I don't know, but ever since I've met you people, all I've done is met foes. So
Yeah, that's true. You lived a very peaceful life until these assholes showed up.
yes, pretty much.
If you notice, everyone we've encountered either doesn't have shoes or ill-fitting ones.
Yes, that is extreme. Yeah, there's plenty of work out there for me in the future.
All right, where would you like to go?
M2.
M2. Everyone agree?
Yeah.
Although if we go to
Yeah,
M5, there's a secret door there.
All right, we're obviously not focusing on secret doors here.
We're definitely not metagaming any of that. You notice how I went the opposite?
No, M2, let's go.
M2. The walls of this room are dotted with small holes as if burrowing insects had nested in the solid rock. There are 10 piles of thick gold bars in this room, each pile containing 20 bricks.
Well, that's useless. What was in M4, by the way, since we actually saw that on the way into M2?
Yeah.
It appears that this was probably maybe quarters for the priests and their assistants. The furniture and tapestries on the walls have long since rotted. The dust in this room has not been disturbed.
Nice. All right.
So
All
do you
right,
go-
nothing
do you-
else
do
here.
you
Let's
go-
go the other way.
Do you go all the way into M2, or do you just
It's just
Oh.
it's just gold, right?
10 piles of thick gold bars, each containing 20 bricks?
Yeah.
And a bunch of holes in the walls.
Holes in the
Could
walls.
care less about that. Gold means nothing here.
What about the
Slam.
holes in the walls?
Yeah, that's where the monsters are at. We're not biting.
Yeah.
Close the
It's
door.
not.
Nothing,
Monsters, it's
nothing
a
seems
trap.
very interesting here.
It's a trap. Even better. But we see this odd like ajar door that looks like it should be part of the wall over here.
Would you like to go that way? Down to
Sure.
M6?
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
What? By the way, this is basically single file hallway, so I do need to know the.
Searle's in
marching order.
first.
See? Alphation
Really?
can't even get there.
Cyril, you cannot see in front of you.
Yeah, there
I'm
is.
carrying a torch.
He's carrying a torch.
All right.
All right, so Earl, who's next?
I mean, if somebody else
Alphation.
wants to go first, knock yourself out. I was
No,
just
you're
thinking,
the fastest person here. You get to the head of the line like that. We
I'll
can't
be
stop you.
second. Jadek will be second with his brand new shield out.
Okay,
Alphation will bring up the rear just in case we get attacked
of
from
course you
behind.
will.
He was going to take the lead, but he couldn't.
We'll put Derek in front of him. We have NPCs just in general in the middle, and then Jadek and Curl. Oh, Jadek goes next. So Curlifon.
Yeah, whatever. You know, I was gonna go out and scout, but whatever.
Okay. So you're gonna continue. That's what Curly says. So you continue down that hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you moving with reckless abandon, cautiously? How are you walking on this hallway?
fairly
I would-
cautiously, you know,
Yeah, I'm pretty
keeping
cautious.
an idea what's going on.
Yeah, man.
Sure. So you walk down. Hold on. This is perfect. So, everybody walks down the hallway.
Walk this way.
And as soon as Sir Earl gets 30 feet in, which is basically where Alphation enters the passageway, small jets of flame shoot out of the walls.
Oh, shit. Ooh, gonna be some dead NPCs.
This is at you at Alphation. Everyone else is in front of you. You're the last one.
Oh,
there.
it's just back behind.
Yes, it's just in the
See?
back. It just
I'm
takes
protecting everybody. Like
the
I told
trap
you.
didn't work as intended, and that's why it took so long to go off. However, you only take 2 points of damage because while these once may have been deadly, the years of and hundreds of years of disuse have clogged the valves. So and they come out and it's kind of anticlimactic. It sort of like singes your mustache hairs a little bit. You just take 2 points of damage.
Oof. Okay.
So you can continue around into M7.
Yeah, to where all these people are at.
The corridor.
I don't know if it singes his mustaches. I think he should take extra psychic damage.
Nah.
That's a good
As
point.
has been pointed out, he's not a knight, so what does he care if his mustache gets burned?
You're still very vain. Roll me a D4, Will.
He's vain. I got aged 20 years. I mean,
Right now, that's why you got to keep every hair you can.
I think it should
Trust
be a
me.
saving throw. Got 14.
All right. Well, no, I said a D4.
Oh, a D4. My bad.
You take 3 psychic damage on top of that.
Oh, that's
Upon
bullshit.
Gary's recommendation.
I deserve.
So that's
I
5
deserve a
total
saving
damage
throw.
you take from this.
Yeah.
I
from
should.
this
I
trap.
should get a wisdom saving throw on that.
Sure. You know what? Sure. Give me a wisdom saving throw. DC 17.
DC 17.
It doesn't matter. I could have said DC
You
10
weren't gonna
and you
make
still
it.
would have blown it. Do you want to waste a hero point?
No, and I like how you just defined my character as being vain. He's never been vain.
No, I just wanted you to take more damage. Cause
Yes, I
this
believe
is-
there's a song that you think is about you.
we're giving
No.
we're giving the people what they want, Will.
Uh,
That's 5
No.
points of total damage.
No,
That's what
that's
they
not
want.
what they
5
want.
points of total damage.
They want him to be dead.
Right, we're chipping away.
Oh, I get it. I see how it is.
All right, so you continue into M7. The corridor opens into a large, ornately covered room ahead. 2 large statues stand before each corridor opening, shimmering as if exposed to great heat. A pile of broken stone lies in the northern passage. In the north wall, there is a door and a well in the northeast corner with a hole in the ceiling above it.
Hole in the ceiling above it.
Okay, I'll take a look up at that hole, I guess.
Yeah, Jadek's gonna check out the well.
Yeah, so you're both
It's good.
basically in the same spot.
Right.
You feel air rushing from the hole in the well up to the hole in my heart. And then through that into the hole in the ceiling.
Okay.
You do notice that who went in, Sir Earl, you went into that cavern in Huma's tomb?
Yes.
Yes.
You notice that around the base of the well there, or on like not the base, but like inside the well, like around the top of the inside of the well, you see that there are not just the same holes that you saw that were empty in the wall there in that pipe that you were climbing into, but these are filled with gems.
Oh.
There are 6 of them. And
so
they
similar to the missing ones on the other side?
Yeah, and when you put your hand in to feel the air, they glow. And then it seems like you could feel your arm being pushed up in that direction.
Okay, interesting. Are the gems retrievable?
You can try to see if you can get them out.
I'm going to try.
How are you trying to do that?
I mean, are they reachable from where I am, or would
Sure.
I have to crawl down?
I mean,
Okay,
they're reachable. You'd have to lean in, but you can. I mean, you have to
Sure.
walk around the
just,
well, but yeah.
reach down and see if I can grab the closest one.
You can grab it. You're not able to just pull it out, but if you feel like if you used a tool or a dagger or something like that, you can
Okay.
probably pry
I mean,
it out.
I've got a dagger, so or
Alright.
something. Actually, I don't. I have a hand axe.
All right, yeah, that'll work enough. Because that's a little trickier to maneuver with, though. Roll me a dexterity, just straight to dexterity check,
Okay.
just to make sure you don't drop it into the. You drop the stone into the well, and once you do that, the air stops blowing,
All right.
and you just hear ching, 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 ching.
That wasn't important.
I hope not.
Try the next one.
I was gonna say Jadek's gonna try to pull one out too. He's gonna use his scimitar to try to pull one out.
Scimitar is again going to be a little unwieldy. Roll me, and if you're doing another one, Sir Earl, please both roll me dexterity checks.
God.
Sir Earl, you feel like you got this one, but it's a little tough, and you just do a little too hard and pop it out, and it goes into the center of the well before dropping immediately.
I don't need those anyway.
14.
A
for Jadek.
14. You're able to
Yeah.
pop one out and keep it.
Nice. How big is it? It's like size of my hand or what?
Not quite that big, no, but it's probably the size of a
Normal human
silver
hand.
dollar, probably.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll keep that. I'll keep it in my dwarven belt.
All right. There are still 3 gems in there, but there's no more air moving in the within the well.
I'll
from the
take
ceiling.
them.
I'm gonna need 2 more dexterity checks then, or 3 more dexterity checks because you've got a scimitar you're trying to do this with.
14.
You get 1. You get
17.
2. And the third
7.
one just drops out of reach. It's a little looser, so as soon as you pry it in there, it just pops out and falls to the ground. But you do have 3 gems.
Yeah. Hold on to those.
Anything else you want to do in this room?
Check out that door.
Sure. You check out that
Theros.
door, and you see a staircase.
I think this door is stuck. With you and your silver arm, could you come and pull this open?
Derek just flicks you off and says, I'm an NPC. This is your job.
I asked Theros.
Theros says, you heard the man.
Well, can't blame me for trying. All right. So I'm going to look at it. Is there anything special about the door, or is it just like a door?
Just looks like a door.
Yeah, Sidrin wants to know. Silvara isn't saying anything about them desecrating this dragon mountain.
No.
Terrible.
Nobody's looked at her or talked to her either, so.
Oh, I don't know. There's one guy here looking at her. I'll open the
I mean,
door.
he was trying to get a gem for her, and that failed. So he probably kind of, not.
He's going to open the door.
Sure. It's a little bit tough, but you can pry it open. And you see a staircase that is going up.
Wow. Staircase going up.
Where do these stairs go? They go up.
Should we try the other hallway?
Well,
Don't
this
wanna leave
probably
anything
this maybe
behind.
goes into the dragon's head.
That's what I was thinking.
Right. So that seems like the place to go.
Well, and apparently those who have been here before us have not come this way, right? Not seen any signs of our predecessors being around here?
I mean, besides the lit torches and the sconces and the walls, you don't
Is
see
it
anything
lit?
else.
But
yet.
it wasn't lit down here, right?
Some of it was, like that area in M6 wasn't, but this room is again.
Oh, okay. Did it look then before I opened the door? Did it look like? Because you said it was hard to open. Did it look like they was scratched on the floor recently, or?
Roll me a investigation or perception check, whichever you'd prefer.
I'll do investigation because that's what I should do, and I suck at it. Oh, 16.
You don't notice any scratches here.
I don't think the others have been this way. Quick, let's go to the head, see what's there.
Very well. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, up the stairs.
All right, I'll lead.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm working on some stuff.
He's going upstairs first.
You enter. You see where this X is over here.
Over N1. Oh no. Other side.
Over here.
Oh,
Like
yeah, there we go.
M3.
Okay.
You come in from there. You are in the what it seems to be the lower base of the head. You as you walk up and around over to like N2 there. This 20-foot wide corridor curves east, rising in broad, smooth steps. Along the right-hand wall is a large mural. The area is lit by bright torches, as if your coming was expected. 30 feet away from you, just as the corridor bends, is the body of an old man, twisted in death. It is
Ooh.
Fizbin.
Oh no, I never met him though, did I?
You did
I don't
not,
think I did.
I don't believe.
I don't think I did.
I
Kurloth
rush
did.
over to the body. Yes. Curly rushes over to the body.
Okay.
And
Alphasian's gonna
is
ask.
he actually dead?
As you run up to the crumpled form on the steps, it does appear to be Fizbin the Fabulous. However, you also notice 30 feet up further ahead, up on the stairs, another body that also resembles Fizbin.
Oh,
Owns
okay.
doppelgangers.
And if you keep looking around 30 feet beyond that, to the south is another Fizbin.
Uh huh. Does those Siverac or whatever those. Civac.
Oh.
I
and
bet.
then-
Of course.
And then finally, and I lied. You guys came in from this side here on N1, and over here on N3, you see a fourth body on the top of the stairs.
Savara, you know of this place, do you not?
She looks down and doesn't say anything.
Oh. Anyway. All right,
She doesn't talk to false knights.
obviously.
Do
And the
do you-
N5 is that the
So basically, you see right, and we don't have all of them here, but the first one is on the steps here, the first body. The second body is this X here. Third body of Fizbin is this X here, and the fourth one is this X here in N3.
All right, Jack's gonna go from one to the next and kind of like just see what's on the bodies.
Kurlithlon, by the way, is you can tell that the first Fizbin is dead.
From what little experience we'd had with those Civacs, when they died, did they take on the form of the person who killed them?
No.
You know what? I'm going to give Will.Playa an inspiration point.
Oh.
Because that is what happens. I think this wizard, well, he doesn't even know who this guy is. It appears that some old man is going through here killing those draconians that change shape when they die.
Jack
Must
find
be a
anything?
powerful force to be reckoned with.
All you see is there's just these sort of mousy, what probably used to be white robes and a crumpled hat on each one of them.
Okay.
Do you move to the second and the third or the fourth?
Yeah. I go to the other.
By the time you get to the fourth one, and they all are crumpled on the ground, but this last one, on the topmost step of the curving stair, is another crumpled figure, again appearing to be the old wizard Fizbin. This Fizbin apparently died in his sleep as he is propped delicately against a pillar.
Hmm.
Do you check that one too?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, hello! Do you have breakfast ready?
Ah!
Ah!
You
Hello,
scared
old man.
me, old man.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Wait, does Jack know Fizbin? I don't think so.
No.
Nope.
Am I the only one who
You're
knows
the only
you
one
and Flint.
And Flint? Yeah.
Yes, and he looks around, and then he looks at you, and he says, "Oh, I know you two. What's your name? Lonnie
Curlithlon.
Curl.
Curlithlon.
Curlithlon.
There you go, you got
and
it.
you,
First try.
Flint Forge. Something along those lines.
Close enough.
You know each other.
What are you doing here?
Oh, and you! And he points right at Derek and says, "I knew you when you were in the circus."
Whoa!
And he just gives him a dirty look. He's looking and says, "That was not me, old man." Oh well, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't.
Derek, I didn't know that you were in the circus.
We had a circus come to our village once, or well, not our village specifically, but a village that I was in, and it was quite interesting. But yeah,
Fizbin stands up and he's like, "Well, where is my hat?" And he's looking around everywhere, looking around. The hat's right in his head. Where I can always lose this blasted thing. Well, I once knew a Ken.
is it
Whoa,
look like the hat that's on your head?
And he looks up, and as he looks up, he bends his head back, and the hat falls off of his head onto the ground. Well, I don't see any. No, I don't see the hat at all.
Well, it's on the ground now.
Alphasian's chuckling. This is quite entertaining.
Yeah, and he looks down, and as he goes to pick up the hat, he kicks it like Buster Keaton.
Yeah.
And it's always staying just out of reach. And then, well, please, won't you just stay where you are? You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. And
So you know this old man.
Well, yes, I know. Well, I know him, and I know him, and I guess I don't know you. I don't know you. And then he looks at Silvara, and his expression changes.
Uh-oh.
And he becomes very, very serious. And he says...
Roll for initiative.
Nope. He says to her directly, "You endanger more than you know by breaking your oath." There is a brilliant flash of light, and the ancient wizard is gone.
Oh man.
What oath?
Yes,
Silvara,
what oath? And who the hell was that old man? Is he a
Ghost is
wizard?
that?
He disappeared out of thin
Yeah.
air.
Mm-hmm.
What oath did he refer to? I'm asking her, of course.
you notice that she has tears in her eyes. And she says, I shouldn't be helping you. I know that, but I can't stand by any longer. And she looks
Well, what
at
kind of an oath is it? Is it a weak oath? A magical oath?
Is it-
Why shouldn't you be
well, I
helping
mean-
us?
it is the oath that not just me, but all of my kind took. And it is very dangerous, but you don't understand. I had to tell you. I had to find help. And she looks and puts her hand on Sir Earl's arm and says, "I can trust you, can't I?"
Well, of course, of course. I'm
What
sure
you s-
whatever oath it is, there's some way to get out of it.
She says, What you seek is found in the head and the heart.
Oh.
Follow me.
Of course.
All right.
Um,
Although Searle insists upon actually going in front of her.
sure. So first she, yeah, follow me. Sure. And he pushes her out of the way to go
Yeah.
first.
Now, which way are we going?
I really like to go
Yeah.
first. So she brings you to N4, where you can see the full mural on this balcony here, and it starts to the left, as did the one in Pax Tharkus for the two of you, one PC and one NPC that were there, Curlupon and Flint, and it goes, from left to right. Great evil dragons descend from the sky, destroying a mighty city similar to Tarsus. The devastation fills the first panel. The central panel is a map of the interior of the stone dragon, noting its various levels as head, throat, shrine, and heart. To the right of the central panel, the carnage continues, but this time dragons of silver and gold rise up to fight the evil dragons. Men are mounted on these dragons, armed with dragon lances. Men are on foot, the men on foot have smaller lances, and in the final scene, the evil dragons are routed, but not without cost. Alphacian, you and Derek will notice immediately. Huma lies mortally wounded, cradled in the arms of a great silver dragon that sheds tears for his passing. She'll continue and ask you to follow to N5. White marble staircase, which is spattered with blackish liquid. Anybody gonna check that out?
It's
Yeah,
blood.
Jadical. Yes.
Will is correct. It is
It's
Jadic.
draconic
You find
blood.
that it's blood.
Okay.
You see as you continue, a the what do you call it, the blood continues up the stairs, and it's almost as if it's whoever is bleeding is leaving a trail behind it.
One of these Sevacs.
Can I tell if it's fresh blood? How old has this blood been sitting here?
Roll me your survival check. Anybody who wants to check that out.
Sure. Turtle is looking as well.
Yeah, you can't tell, but Sir Earl can tell that it's pretty fresh. Blood is blood to you, man. What do you know? But Sir Earl says, yeah, it's fresh.
It's as fresh as when young Billy got himself cut by that anxious cub. Very devastating it was. Story I know you don't know about, but...
Be prepared. There's a Sevac up here. A Draconian.
And as you say that...
Sevac.
The Draconia, yeah, we have no idea what a Sevac is. As you say that, the Draconian lunges at you from the top of the stairs, and that is where we will go to break.
All right.
A wounded one.
So he is wounded. So thank you guys for hanging out with us on D&D Fridays for Atomic Peanut Butter presents Dragonlance: Dragons of Light, Part 9. You can catch us, of course, here on twitch.tv/Wicked Studios. I was going to say.
Almost.
You can't say that anymore. You can't find it. Twitch.tv/Atomic Peanut Butter Group. YouTube/Atomic Peanut Butter Group. Facebook. Here's where we get Wicked Studios went in for you. We got 2 Facebook pages. We got Wicked Studios 11. That's where you get all your D&D and geek stuff, right? That Will posts. Or Atomic Peanut Butter Group page, where you can see all stuff from my web series and short films. By the way, guys, check out my web series, Possessed. Couldn't think of the name of it for a second, so shows how much I've watched it since we've released it.
You spent a year on that fucker.
I spent a year.
And you forget its name.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Check that out on our YouTube page. It is a paranormal detective dramedy. So check that out. And also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that the Dragonlance Nexus, for those of you Dragonlance folks out there, are releasing on 12/6. That's this Tuesday, for those of you watching live on December 6th, releasing the revised Tasselhoff Pouches of Everything on the DM's Guild. And as well as Champions of Kryn, their module is all adventure module is also going to be on the DM's Guild, also on December 6th, which is also when the Dragonlance Queen of the Dragon, what the hell is it called?
Do you tell us, man?
the WotC game,
Shadow of the Dragon Queen?
Shadow of the Dragon Queen comes out. So
I
there's
think
a lot
I saw too that the Dragonlance Nexus stuff that's going to be on DM's Guild, it's going to be available in print.
Yeah, you can
Not
get that
just
in print
PDF.
too. Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, so
I got a sneak preview of it, guys. It looks really good. I saw, of course, I have the original Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything, the revised version. We got some new artwork in there. There's a new monk class in there, as well as some other revised things in there. It's a really good supplement to the official WotC Shadow of the Dragon Queen game. Because let's be honest, the Shadow of the Dragon Queen, I've been reading through a little of that. I haven't read through the adventure yet, but looking through it, there's not a ton on the setting, right? It's mostly an adventure with a little bit of stuff on the setting. So you combine that with the Dragonlance Nexus's Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything, man, you got all you need to play a Dragonlance game.
Yeah, so basically it's the
5e.
same thing that they did with Secrets of Saltmarsh, Ghosts of Saltmarsh.
Yeah.
And if they'd allowed, then you could have maybe got some Greyhawk stuff for, but they didn't. So Dragonlance is pretty lucky. So you're going to be able to get that actual stuff. And that, I'm sure, is just the beginning.
Yeah.
So if you're not signed up to follow Dragonlance Nexus,
yeah, check it out. Go on Facebook, Dragonlance Nexus.
should.
They have a YouTube page, same thing, Dragonlance Nexus, and of course, DragonlanceNexus.com. where they also run the Dragonlance wiki as well. So ton of Dragonlance information for all, like not just 5th edition, 1st edition, 2nd edition, 3rd edition, 4th edition. They have
There's all kinds
stuff
of stuff.
everywhere on there. So go check that out.
Chris Andrews here, and he just cheered 500 bits.
Huzzah! Oh, wait a minute.
Huzzah!
That's Adam. It's been too long since a
Oh.
character got killed. Haha. So now I've got 3 motherfuckers. All right, man. So we're going to be
Chris.
right back.
I don't like you anymore, man. What
That's
the
a
hell?
lie.
You Jay.
That's
a
fine.
lie.
Searle
true.
is one
I'm
of
the
your
good
favorites.
cop to Adam's bad
Sure.
cop. But
Is
yet
that
he's
what it
the one.
is? I feel like it
he's
just
the one-
switches back and forth. Actually, no, I'm much more hostile toward the viewers.
You're way I'm more hostile.
All right, guys, we will be right back with more Dragonlance. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, obviously.
And with that, we're back. Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, others, to Atomic Peanut Butter presents Dragonlance: Dragons of Light, Part 9. This is the 7th module in the series, although this is the 9th one that we've played, because as if this wasn't taking long enough, I took a source book, DL5, which is not actually a module, and used that spot as an actual module. So, actually, I take that back. So this is actually number 8, because we're going to count that as a module. So, anyway, guys, we're back. Thank you for hanging out with us. And I forgot to mention earlier that you can listen to us on podcast, although I did forget to upload the last episode from last week, so I will do both of those this week, last week and this one. On podcast, anywhere you listen to podcasts, by searching for Dragonlance Chronicles, which I can't believe no one has sent us a cease and desist yet, by the way.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
Riding that wave, man. Especially with all this Dragonlance stuff coming out, December 6th,
Right?
we're going to get some more hits. We got a lot of listeners, by the way, on the podcast.
Nice.
Only one of them is me, so I can remember what happened the week before.
Maybe one of our listeners is in, Wizards Legal, and that's why we haven't got the cease and desist yet.
Maybe. They're just waiting for the show to end. Or they figure we play so infrequently, who cares?
Also that, yeah.
All right, so this Draconian pops out. For those of you playing along at home, this is in fact Dr. Wing, who was it? Put in the chat
Dr.
if you're
Wing.
there. Was it Bromenard that named him Dr. Wing? I think it was Bromenard. It was an unofficial what's the not promo.
I don't know, but I'm enjoying this. Keep going.
So I'm very tired.
Adam's trying to remember words.
I'm not good with remembering things, and words is a tough one. Anyway,
Well, anyway, moving along.
I think Bromenard came up with the
yes.
name Dr. Wing.
They
Doc-
call him Dr. Wing.
Thank you, Gary. Somebody got it. I'm not a real doctor, but I am a real wing. I am an actual wing. All right. He is going to attack. Who was over there? Jadek and
real
Alphasian?
song.
Dr.
Yes, it is a
Worm
real
is a
song.
real song.
Oh.
By They Might Be Giants. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. I'd love to be. Great.
I'm-
Such a
That
fun
would,
band.
you know what? That would be of any of the sponsors that we would love to have.
I would absolutely. I would actually love to have them. No offense, Roll20. I'd still
Yes.
love to have you as a sponsor. Although the Google update earlier made my computer almost blow up, so I had to move to Firefox. If you'd like to be a sponsor, I'd love to have you. Google, forget it. I don't need your money. I'm just kidding. I would absolutely take anyone's money. Who am I kidding? I'm not picky. Wicked Studios Porn Company. We'd love for you to be a sponsor. What the fuck? We don't care.
It's
Why not?
available. No, the URL, that's available. Remember, I looked it up. It's only
Oh, that's
$8,000.
right. It's possible they went out of
For
business.
$8,000, you can have Wicked
We
Studios.
drove them out of business.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They can't. Yeah, they thought we were representing the porn company. Like, this is the worst pornography I've ever seen.
That would be awesome if that was true.
And I'm into some kinky shit, but this was terrible.
This
Like,
is
this
just
is
awful.
not at all arousing at all.
No.
Anyway, let's move on from this conversation. So Earl, Draconian attacking Alphasian
Rushing
and
up
Jadek.
that fist. Fists out. Yeah, I will stagger spite.
Yeah, do it.
Boom.
Eight-
And
Wait, is a wisdom save?
it's a wisdom save for this particular attack.
All right, his wisdom's not super hot.
Plus
A 17 though will not do it. DC 18, he just missed it. It's a good DC.
all right. So he'll take that 15 staggering smite damage.
So-
Now this is only assuming though, I believe that the unarmed strike actually hit.
Oh,
So
so you
there's a
gotta hit him
16
first.
hit.
16 just hit. You got lucky.
All right, so 16 hits. He takes the staggering smite damage, and as well as 5. That doesn't sound
That
right.
sounds low.
That sounds really low. What happened to my... Oh...
1d8 plus 4. No, that's right. It's you just rolled a 1 plus your 4.
Yeah, but there's also some other bonuses in there. I'm not
Doesn't
getting...
seem like it.
All right, so well, you know what I did? I should have rolled straight up thoughts.
Big
and
Mac
I-
Tim says if you had Elon Musk as a sponsor, he could have your viewers. Yeah, that would
Yeah.
so we'd then be down to 1.
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay,
he would make it worse. By the way,
I also
guys,
get an additional.
I was test driving Teslas last week. Very unimpressed.
Why?
Really?
We were looking at we have problems with Elon Musk. I'm not going to lie to you, but we were looking for an electric vehicle and wound up going with the VW ID4. Really, it's a beautiful car.
Better choice.
Volkswagen, if
Yeah.
you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. That's my
All right,
promo
so it's
for
actually
the
going to
VW
be,
ID Buzz.
1d6
Go electric. Boogie
plus-
woogie woogie woogie.
4 plus 1.
Oh God.
I'm just spit. Look, until they give me a real script, I just got to
So-
spitball here. So what's
6
happening?
and then an additional 1d4.
I don't know how much.
So 8. so yeah, it was awful. 8.
So wait a minute.
The actual punching damage.
What about that 5? We're ignoring
That's
that 5?
nothing.
All right, so
That's
it's another 8
not-
from what you did before.
I clicked the wrong button, but the
Okay.
attack was the same, so whatever.
That's fine. All right, so the other damage you got
15,
plus
So
8.
it was he gets the psychic plus that,
Okay.
and then
Is he staggered?
He is probably
Because you
not
did a
happy.
staggering strike.
I did, yes. Which
So-
I'm trying to remember how that works. I usually do the other one. And the target makes a wisdom and has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks and cannot take reactions until the end of its next turn. So everybody else has advantage.
He says, "Fuck
Nice.
you, Sir Earl." Curlithlon, you're up.
Okay.
And
Alphasian
Earl will step
hollers.
out of the way quite safely because there's no reactions and let the next person
2 middle
step
fingers
and
up in the
swing.
air as he does it. And he's going
Alphasian.
real slow. He just does a little jog around him, a little.
Kill him. We need to question him.
Well, that do non-lethal damage,
I know,
but
you
knock
got
it
it.
down.
You
Do
guys
we-
are really good at
do we
just getting
really-
villains down to 0 hit points, though. So it may just happen naturally.
That's true.
Let's just go with that. Is Searle still in range, melee range?
I mean, I got
No, he
around
went
on the
down
other
way.
side of him to let anybody
out.
else,
So-
hop in
So I
there,
can still
but-
get my sneak attack damage.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
and there's also he's
That's
right
the
next to
important thing.
Jadek and Alphasian regardless. So don't worry.
Oh,
about
okay.
it. So Earl is
yeah, yeah,
inconsequential
yeah.
to your damage roll.
All right, then. Yeah, I'm just shooting at the dude here. It's a 14 hit.
That is a miss.
You know what? I've got lots of these
Use it.
inspiration points, so I'm going to use one. Why not?
Go ahead, rub it in.
60.
Yeah.
That just hits.
All right.
Is
For
this seriously
30
damage?
41 points of damage.
He's dead. He was already injured. He was down
I
to
bet
half
it's
hit
like,
points.
no, don't kill him. Arrow through
And
the
then
eye.
right through the eye, out the other side. But as that happens, as he's falling to the ground, the body shifts and changes and turns into Curlithlon's body as it crumples to the ground. Dead.
Like, yeah, that's
Mhm.
just really disconcerting.
That's why I didn't put up a battle map, because there's literally only one guy left alive. And for me, it was going to be Dr. Wayne, baby. He had some cool stuff he could do beyond what a regular Civac could do. Just we never knew. We'll never know.
Did he like to play the drums?
He did. He's not a real doctor. And he can handle criticism.
Well, not apparently not very well.
When he was alive.
Well, so much for getting any information out of this one. Let's
All right.
continue on.
So you continue on. We are going to move over on this map. I got to fix it here. Oh, man. This is fucking hard. I'm sorry. All I'm doing is moving the map around, and this is not helpful. This is why I just revealed the entire map and not just pieces of it earlier today, Michael, for your... Give me a second. There we go. Why can't I move this? Oh, I gotta zoom in, I suppose. This wasn't Roll20. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. As problem. This was user error on my part. All right. So, you enter the upper gallery. Basically, this level you can see occupies the head and upper jaw of the dragon, divided into 2 tiers. You enter from the staircase in the center there.
Yeah, I see how it works.
This is where you enter. The staircase opens into a wide landing. The stairs lead further up to the right and left. Directly ahead are a pair of statues carved in dark stone to resemble crouching lions. Their heads are those of silver dragons. The first dragon sphinx speaks, saying, "The only evil here is that you bring." The second says, "One of pure heart can do the task of many." Then both are silent.
Okay.
Well, we're shit out of luck. Derek! So one of pure heart can do much. What was the first one again?
One of pure heart. Well, it says, "The only evil here is that you bring."
Gotcha. Okay.
And the second one said, "One of pure heart,
Pure heart.
can do the task of many."
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Good to know. Okay. Then I guess we'll just turn around and start looking at the rest of the place.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing?
Well, I think Jadix is gonna like check out the base of those.
Yeah, because there's a dude with a sword. There's an 03, 03, 04, a walkway to 05. There's lots of other stuff to take a look at over there.
Yeah, but I want to see. Is there any descriptions on there? Any clues to what they're talking about?
So right now we don't actually see anything like beyond that.
All you
railing
see,
that-
you can't. I mean, unless you enter this area in 01, then all you see
Uh-huh.
are these 2 dragon sphinxes.
So we're still on the stairs.
You're still on the
coming up?
staircase. Yeah, you're basically
Okay.
at the top,
Okay.
basically at the top step.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to approach the sphinxes and see if there's any like inscription or any clues to what they're talking about.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not even going to make you roll for this because as you look at the base or anything like that, it is just pure marble. Nothing inscribed upon it. And it looks like the dragon sphinxes are also made of the same material.
Okay. All right. So when I turn around, do I see this guy with a sword up here?
What you see when you turn around is a crumpled stone guardian. It is possible that Dr. Wing has already defeated it.
Possible.
Cool. All right. I make my way up the stairs. Is anybody else following me on this? Am
Yeah,
I alone?
absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
I'm totally
Right
there.
there
Sure.
with you.
All right.
Probably in front.
Of course he's in front.
Definitely in
What's your
front.
base
Definitely in
move
front.
speed there, Michael?
My
What's your
base move speed?
Yeah.
I
200.
don't know.
Probably. Easily 200.
No, it's not that much. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
30 probably.
Yeah, you're
30
he's
my
regular. What do you
I'm-
think he is, Will?
He's got some barbarian monk stuff going on
He's-
over there. He better be able to move quick.
Got a
No,
barbarian fighter
yeah,
stuff
he's not a
going
monk.
on.
Oh well, same diff. You got barbarian stuff over there.
It
Yeah,
takes
but
a
just
while.
a couple levels.
Yeah, it takes a while for barbarians to move. like
So you
that.
did. So so
I'm
you're
mostly
not
a
as fast
fighter.
so you're not as fast as I thought you were. All right. Well, cool.
No, I'm mostly a fighter.
Well, I'm gonna go over
But
and I'm gonna
I just
check out
have
the
to give
stone.
you a look, and you're like, ugh. And so I thought I keep staying in front of you because
Because he gives me that smile.
You just keep going.
when
You're
somebody
doing this thing like
forces
you're
a
gonna. He's
smile?
gonna punch you. Like he makes
Yeah.
you flinch every time. Makes you flinch every time.
give you the mom look, and you're like, oh god.
The stairs lead up to a second tier. This one lit by daylight through thick glass. Against the far wall stands a bronze door. To either side of the door are racks of mighty polearms, DragonLances. TM.
Oh.
In the center of the room is a large humanoid. Well, he's on the ground with bronze skin and a steel sword. It has the head of a dragon and blood on its blade.
But what is it?
Black blood.
It is a bronze guardian of sorts, now dead.
And the blood is black blood.
All right. Can I check out
Yes.
that
Yes.
sword? Is it on the ground? Can I pick
Sure.
it up?
It seems like a longsword.
Just a plain old longsword.
What the fuck do you know about swords?
Hey, I know.
Oh yeah.
It looks like a non-magical longsword.
Oh, he knows plenty about swords because he'd be stealing them from ships and selling them in port for rum.
There you go.
You do see as
I
you
know
pick up
it-
the sword, though, there is something attached to it, a globe.
A globe attached to the sword.
Yeah.
Like a planet
A
thing
small,
on the pommel or
it's
something.
a small globe-shaped object.
Like when you say attached, like by a chain or it's part of the hilts. What is it?
No, it's like attached to not necessarily a chain, but it's attached to its body and removable.
To like the hand.
To the
coming off
body
bottom.
of the guardian.
Okay. All right. Can I check out this globe?
Sure.
Is it-
I'm gonna make you roll just a d20 just to see if you can figure out what this is.
Okay. 13.
All right, you figure out what it is. I give you a 50-50 shot because I've been just giving you guys these things all the time. I figured make it a little harder for you. This is a minor globe of invulnerability.
Ooh.
I'm going to move to... This doesn't have it on there. Basically, I will say this. Because this is a pretty powerful magical item. I will say that once a day, you are actually, if the user of this thing is invulnerable to physical attacks for 4 rounds once per day.
Wow. That's
I'm
pretty good.
keeping this. I'm keeping this thing.
He says, he's just like, no,
just picks it up and
motherfuckers,
goes,
I am keeping this thing.
Yeah.
Luke, though,
Oh, that's
Dragon
exactly
Man.
what he said.
Now it's your responsibility to write that down on your sheet.
I
Because
got
you forget what that is, it
Yeah.
does nothing.
The globe of invincibility.
He's
Invulnerable.
invulnerable to minors.
Invulnerable
Yeah.
to minors, right?
It's like the ones with like the hats and the picks.
Not children.
Not
He
small children.
cannot be mined for gold or jewels.
That's good. You know, that's a useful magical item.
Well, once I discern that this thing is not going to come to life and attack us,
And as soon as you do that, it comes to a life and attacks you. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew it. Okay.
No, I'm joking. He doesn't.
Then
But
I'm
there
going
are a
to,
shit ton of
there's
lances.
dragon
And by the
lances
way,
there, yeah.
if you notice on this map, it's not poorly drawn, but there are 2 different sizes. The ones on the left,
Footman's lance.
right. What do you think the ones on the right are then?
They're for dragons when you're riding a dragon.
You know what? I'm not going to give you an inspiration point because that was pretty obvious. But yes, you're absolutely right.
But I'm a knight. I know these things.
You are.
Like who? Okay, so he's gonna.
False knight. This guy knows this guy knows his stuff. He's
Good
a
enough.
knight after all, maybe.
So
It's
should we
not
collect
honorable.
these lances then?
Definitely, we should collect these lances. You had that bag that the gnome had that appeared to be infinitely deep.
Yeah.
By the
Can
way,
I
there
just
at this
switch
point,
What he does.
yeah, as you
me
turn
persuade
around,
you
there's
that
just
goes
a
in there.
floating bag with Kurlamon's head sticking out of it. What
I'm
bag?
just seeing how big it is. You know, it's quite
Excellent.
comfy in here.
I don't think that Jeff Grubb, who wrote this module, Dragons of Light, anticipated that you just shove all those things in the bag of holding, and after the
Why not?
after the gnome is long since dead. No, it's great. It's perfect. Maybe he
So
did
the
think that.
Footman's lance. How big and unwieldy is this thing? I mean, can
In a
I
bag of
carry one
holding,
with
it's
me?
fine.
No, I'm thinking about for me toting it around.
Oh, you can carry a
it
footman's lance easily enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
then
footman's
I'm-
lance. It's like a a pike.
So like a pike. It's
Yeah.
just an extra long spear.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to take one of those for sure to keep.
Sure. Write it down on your sheet.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the stats when it becomes necessary.
Okay, so I take the other 19 lances and put them in the bag.
Yeah. Yep. And it's fun every time you do it, Girl of Blood. This is so cool. All right. Do you continue on?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she leads you down. Basically, you can see while those two are getting their lights the other time, like the light that's coming through is actually coming in through the eyes of the dragon. Now, you all remember, I'm sure, that when you entered, it was nighttime, but daylight comes in. Perhaps a magical effect.
Yeah, perhaps.
But we don't have time for you to unsuccessfully try to pry the eyes out of this 700-foot stone dragon, so we're going to just ignore that altogether. All right, so you go in through, you see this door behind the Guardian in 05?
Mm-hmm.
Silvara leads you through there into reveal areas. That just made it worse. Reveal areas. There we go. Roll 20 if you'd like to be a sponsor. I'd love to have you. You enter in from the stairs here by P2. It's by the way, I'm gonna, because at this point it's it's pointless to say. So it actually says here on P2, the stairs lead to area 05 in the upper gallery. With the removal of the control gems, this is the only way up to the gallery from this level, which is what you guys had.
Look at that.
You guys could have maneuvered this thing much easier, but again, we're skimming along quite a bit here anyway. But if we were doing this, the complete version, it would have been much more difficult for you to maneuver around, having taken the control gems of something that was clearly helping you move up. And if you did it right, you could have moved down and over to the side.
Well,
and
you
all
know
this
what? I was about to say something when Nimble Fingers over there dropped the first one. I was like, fuck it, I might as well just take what I can.
Yeah.
All right, so in here, you move into P3. You see a dull red glow filling the cavern, which is the source of 5 huge furnaces standing along the south wall. Their fires have been banked and their chimneys are closed, but they appear fully operational, waiting for a metalsmith to return.
We brought one with us.
Yeah.
There are many tools here. Thero states that this is the best equipped smithy he has ever seen. And he suggests that when you guys head back to Sanction to the Whitestone Council, that he would recommend that in order to, we've got these, how many, 9, 10 Dragonlances were there? Besides this, between the well of dragon metal that you guys found earlier in Foghaven Vale, as well as these smiths, or the smithy rather, if he can bring, train smithies with him and with his silver arm and with this dragon metal, he can create a lot more of these dragon lances. He's sure of it.
Excellent. Get to work.
P5, there's a massive anvil. Tongs lie to one side, but there is no hammer. An inscription winds around the base. Alphatian, you and Derek will read this because it is written in Salamnic, which is something that nobody else can read. And of course it says, with silver arm and silver pool, and hammer to forge worm's doom, dragons hid these mighty tools. The last true pool lies in this room. The arm is lost to unknown fate. The hammer lies past Dwarven Gate. The anvil is made of a meteoritic iron and cannot be chipped or shattered. We're not going to do that part of it. But anyway, he does not have this hammer. And he says...
Which we left with somebody, or you guys
left with
left
the
with
dwarves,
somebody.
yeah.
Curly and Flint know where it's at, though.
Yes. And he says, any idea what they mean by this hammer?
Flint will look at Carlthon and be like, yeah, we know.
You know where it is, then.
Yep.
Can you get it?
Well, we left it with what we thought was its rightful owner, and he might be kind of reticent to part with it.
Huh.
I'll go punch him for you.
No.
I mean, I don't know if that's really the best way to go about this.
Yeah, I think hopefully we're going to explain it to him. We this will get
Where is
rid
it?
of the dragon. And he'll
Armin
give it up.
Karas has it back in where the hell is he?
Thorbarden.
Thorbarden. Yeah.
Thorbarden. The Dwarven city.
Yeah.
Under the mountain, hidden somewhere. You were in Thorbarden?
Yep.
Yep. Flint looks at him and he was like, we've been around.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's quite a distance from here, and certainly quite a distance from Whitestone. And at this point, Silvara says, let me just see that if there isn't specific things that she says.
If only there was a way we could cross vast distances very quickly. Sigh.
The Concorde actually has a.
Oh, great!
There's an airport right nearby. It's yeah.
Sweet. We should take that then.
20-minute Uber ride.
Awesome.
Silvara says, as she's been quiet this whole time, and she, sort of sidles up to Sir Earl as she says this, and says, it's time I say more. Long ago, there was a mortal man, a warrior named Huma, who you've referenced, and I know that you know, at least most of you. He fought and gained great fame for his kindness and honesty and skill. And she kind of gives Alphatian the side eye when she says this, by the way.
And he just perks up.
Oh, me?
Well,
yeah,
thank you.
I am
Yeah.
just like that.
I am like that.
At that time, there was a war with evil dragons who ravaged the land, and Huma did wish to drive the dragons from this land. And so Huma went into a hidden valley and a pass between 3 mountain ranges where there lived a wise dragon. The dragon appeared to him in female form and was taken by his kindness and honesty and brave heart. They fell in love. But Huma did not know that his lady was a dragon. The dragon went to her people and, with the help of many races, forged a great dwarven hammer and a magic arm. She looks at Theros. And delved deep into the earth to find the dragon metal. And they forged the lances of doom. The evil dragons heard of the lances and attacked the good dragon's people. Huma rode to warn them. Then the good dragon revealed her true form and mounted on her back the warrior Huma took to the air against the evil dragons, carrying the lance of doom. The evil creatures were driven back to their foul holes, but not without cost, for the brave warrior was wounded unto death, and the dragon wept for him. The good dragon and her people took the dead warrior up to the hills and laid him to rest beneath a shroud of fog, with his sword, his shield, and his lance of doom. The good dragon sickened and soon died as well. The tomb of Huma was known until the great upheaval that you call the Cataclysm. And this was a place of pilgrimage. But Huma's body disappeared from its locked vault, and it is said that he and his love danced beneath the trees in the fog. I know this. Oh, wait. This is the conclusion. I know this to be true. I have seen the tomb of Huma beneath the dragon's shadow, as have you. I have seen the strange lights dancing beneath the trees. You maybe one day will see it too, for it lies along the path over the mountains to the lands ruled by the humans. I know this to be true because that dragon was my sister. And Silvara begins to grow and change shape and turns into this magnificent, beautiful creature, a silver dragon.
Sir Earl's quite flabbergasted.
Everybody else is like, I've seen this a dozen times.
Oh no. Alphasian is quite taken aback by it and goes, a dragon, alive, good dragon. Here.
Tear off its wings!
No, you must join us.
I know.
I need a
Alphasian-
steed to ride into battle.
Stay
Are we
away.
sure that Alphasian knows it's a good dragon?
Of course he does. He's been brought up in this myth. He knows all about it.
He would have known about Huma's dragon, yeah. Silvara looks down at Sir Earl and says, I'm sorry I lied to you by not showing you my true form.
No lie at all. I understand completely your need for secrecy.
You don't, though. It's more than what you can imagine. The oath that the old wizard spoke of. It's time I share that with you now. The good dragons took an oath after that last dragon war, where Huma died. We took an oath along with the evil dragons that we would no longer meddle in the world of humans.
Well, it seems that the dragon armies are definitely meddling.
They broke the oath.
Yes.
And
So
Yes.
therefore, you should no longer be held by any oath.
I must agree with Sir Earl.
And I agree with you, both. But those of my kind do not, because they don't know the truth.
Then we should bring the truth to them.
Again,
Wait, are you
wise.
saying that the old wizard is of your kind?
No, not exactly. No, he's not. He's... I don't know how to describe it, but he's more. He's different. He's something else altogether.
Is he a dragon?
No, but sometimes he appears in that form.
Very powerful wizard.
Okay.
Indeed. But there's more, and the reason that I broke my oath, although I worry that it will... I worry that my people will not accept it. But I feel like I must at least try. I broke my oath because they have been taking the eggs of the good dragons and using powerful dark magics to create those draconians.
Well, that's just not right.
That draconian, I believe he said his name was Dr. Wing. Why he was announcing his name before battle, I couldn't say. But you noticed the
Bit of
color of
false
his
bravado.
the color of his scales. They were silver, like mine.
Right.
A silver dragon egg was used to create him, and others like him.
Then we must go and get these eggs.
How can I help you convince your people about what is happening?
Would you really?
Well,
Would
of
you
course.
really come with me?
Of course I would come with you to help convince your people, and of course just to learn more about you.
She has. You can see she's a little bit of a red hue on her cheeks as she blushes just a bit. And she says, "Yes, maybe we could convince them together."
I've seen much, and I would think that the story of my sister would perhaps have some weight.
Yes, I think it would. A cleric of Paladine.
Indeed.
She reverts back to her elven form and says to all of you, "Come. Let me show you, take you from this place. I can help you get to the knight's outpost, the port that you're looking for." And then she turns it to Sir Earl and says, "But I cannot go with them. I must return to my people. Will you come with me?"
Absolutely, I will come with you. I will journey wherever it is that we need to go to convince the dragons to do what needs to be done.
"And you," and she looks at the rest of you, one after the next, knowing what you know, will you continue this quest? Will you try to unite the races of Kryn against these evil forces? Will you use these lances of doom for good rather than evil?
Of course.
I mean, was that in doubt?
By the way, there's a quick
just-
cutaway to the behind, like an extreme close-up behind Alphasian's back, where he has two fingers on each hand crossed.
Whatever.
When he says that.
Although I think that we should leave some of the NPCs behind here to protect this place. In particular, Theros should be left behind, and Derek. I think you should stay behind to guard this place as well.
Derek and
We have to have it
Theros
falling
team
into the
up to
enemy's
murder Alphasian, and thus ends his tale.
Well, they already know of its location. We can't be for sure. Perhaps if you start baking sweets, we could get the Aarakocra on our side to help protect this place.
That could be a good source of an ally as well. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because hey, the Sivaks have been up in here. The Draconians have been up in here. You can't have this place fall into the bad guys' hands.
No, absolutely not.
This is key. This is where
So perhaps the night, maybe Alphasian Malkorite should stay here and protect this place
Yeah.
from.
if I am quested to do so, I must. But then that means then
Hey,
Derek must
Derek,
go forth.
Derek.
It's like, yeah, maybe we just stay here, dude, and no, we'll come back for you, but he says, no, we have our quest. This is truly a holy place, but it is more important that we save all of Ansalon, all of Kryn. We must go to the Council of Whitestone. We must show them these Dragonlances. We must convince, and he looks at Theros, we must convince them to allow our best smiths to come here to forge more Dragonlances before it's too late. And he looks at Alphatian and says, you have made decisions that I do not agree with. That said, will you continue this journey, knowing that when we get back to the council, will have to put you on trial?
Put me on trial for what?
For desecrating the grave of Sir Huma Dragonsbane.
If you and the knights don't have the stomach to do what is necessary to defeat this evil, then yes, I will take that quest upon myself.
We'll see.
Is there like a badge of honor or something like that they have? Like, you know, like
there's a merit badge, there's a first aid badge.
Yeah, but I mean, is there something that they have besides like a tunic or something with his Knight of the Rose bullshit on it?
You are really the worst.
In artwork, they usually have a little.
Yeah, is it like they got a seal? Or
sure,
something?
yeah. There's additional seals for like rank and heroism, things like that.
Then he'll grab it and he'll rip it off. Ooh. And he'll chuck it to the floor. And he'll go, there will be no need for any type of meeting to decide my fate. If the knight can't do what is necessary, then I shall. I'll no longer be considered a Solamnic knight if it means being like you, Derek.
Ooh. Jadek's behind him going,
oh no, he didn't!
Everybody else takes a step backwards.
I'm not sure it's that easy to give up your oaths to be a knight. Okay.
Yeah. We'll find out, I suppose.
Well, it's very easy to say it here and now.
Yeah.
right.
Sure.
He just looks at you and says, Estularis oath mythos. And then he turns to
And I take it your life and your oath means more than the children of Kryn. Get your head out of your ass, Rinsling.
my
Do
life
what's necessary.
and my oath is to protect the children of Kryn.
Well, you're doing a terrible job.
And he pulls out his sword and holds it toward you.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then he stops for a second. And he sheathes it again. And he says, no. The measure tells me what to do and how to handle those like you, cowards, traitors to the knighthood. If you continue on, if you go to Whitestone Council, you will be tried.
Very well. But you did the right thing by putting away your sword, Derek. I would have beat you. and I wouldn't have killed you. I would have humiliated you and shown all of these people here just how much your oath really means when it comes down to what is necessarily needs to be done.
And if I trusted you to bring the orb and the lances to the people of Kryn, I'd take you up on that offer. And once we do,
I still have the orb, don't I?
for right now, you do.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just checking.
And he says,
I've got the lances.
you do.
Except for the one I
The
got.
one he got. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. You have 1. I've got 19.
There you go.
Yeah. And he says, once we deliver our quarry to the knights, then I shall be happy to take you up on your offer. Failed Knight of Solamnia.
Is that supposed to sting my pride?
If you were a real knight, it would. But no, I don't suppose it would for you. Come, let's go.
I was already leaving.
Well, I was going first. And then they're pushing each other to get out the door.
Run to the door.
Savara will lead you outside. You head toward the northwest as you exit. Let's see if there's any box text I should read in the spirit of, but I don't think so. Yeah, there is actually. The cavern opens onto a hillside overlooking a ruined town. The town was destroyed in the fury of the cataclysm. Pillars lie toppled and no building remains standing. Statues of men, dwarves, and elves are strewn throughout the wreckage, showing that maybe back in the day, all you motherfuckers got along a little better than you do now. Just throwing that out there. The vale leads down to a fertile valley further to the north. Smoke can be seen rising from the chimney tops of settlements in the distance. Suddenly, there is a piercing cry unlike that of any bird. It is the angry scream of a dragon. From high above, a trio of riderless white dragons descend on you.
Oh boy.
And that is where we will end tonight's session. I know it is early.
Oh,
You want to try it? You want to do it? We might have to go a little late, though.
How
I
much
can
what time
go
is it?
Yeah.
I just like to say, there's no way that's happening in 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah,
No,
that's
it
why.
can
That's why I'm.
happen.
That's why I'm calling it for tonight.
tonight.
So let's end it tonight. We're going to be back, possibly next week or the following week. Otherwise, we won't be back.
Let's
until
hope
after
next
New Year.
week. Let's
Yeah.
hope next week.
Let's hope next
Yeah.
week. Guys, thanks for hanging out with us on D&D Fridays. We got some juicy stuff going on here. Sir Earl and his lady love, a dragon. Are they going to leave the group? By the way, having a dragon fight with you against 3 other dragons is probably pretty helpful. Just going to throw that out there.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Someone
don't.
who can carry a DragonLance should probably.
You don't have a saddle. Keep in mind.
That's true.
So yeah, so you can hold a DragonLance, but you're just gonna slide right off the back of that motherfucker.
That's true.
But we do have footmen.
But we got a bunch of footman's lances.
That's
yeah.
true.
So-
I will send you guys. Well, I'll put in the in Roll20. I'm gonna add in the Dragonlances for you guys that give you the damage that they do. They do
Okay.
additional damage against things normally, and then additional damage to dragons as well. So there's quite a lot of, and these are full force Dragonlances. Right now, if Theros was able to, which he could, based on the information that you've given him and the documentation that you've given him, and the materials that he has, he can forge Dragonlances, but they're not going to be quite as powerful without the hammer. That's how it works. So if you guys can figure out a way to get the hammer, that will certainly help. But now we've got a little bit of drama between Alphatian, who is turning away from the knighthood.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone expect that? He's been such a pretty solid stand-up knight.
Didn't expect him to actually turn away. I figured he'd try
No.
to fight the system from within, but
Yeah. And what's going to happen to Sir Earl? Is he going to leave the group and go with
never know.
Silvara? Guys, we got a lot going on here. So we're just going to end early.
And
That's
there-
a good time to.
Yeah, it's a great time to end. But anyway, thank you again for hanging out with us and watching Atomic Peanut Butter presents Dragonlance. We've had, 3 games in a row? Or is it 2 games in a row?
Two.
No, you 2.
Next
Maybe we'll
week
have
will be
in a row.
3.
Next week it'll be
Next
3.
week.
There you go. But yeah, so we got through the bulk of this. We're almost at the end of this adventure. Basically,
How
we've
many
got
modules are after this?
a shit ton. But
Don't
we're
ask.
we're not gonna go through one of them. We're not gonna do, and I've got to figure out how we're gonna get through this. But the 11th module, DL11, is like the battle system type thing, which is not going to be easy for us to do virtually, nor is it going to be very interesting for people to watch. So I'm trying to figure out how we can do that in a condensed way where we can still play out like sort of like this is like the different factions of Ansalon versus the dragon armies in different parts of the continent. So I want to figure out how we can sort of do that and just get the idea of it, but not completely distract from everything else. So basically, and we already did a DL10, so I think there's 4 or 5 modules that we'll be playing through. Some longer than others, but we're going to continue with this group for I think one more module. 7, 8, 9. 2 more modules before we go back to the other group. But yeah, so we're very close to this. Next time we play, we will be done with DL7, and we'll move on to DL8.
What level are the other guys? I didn't think they're behind these guys.
Yes, they are. By the time we get to the end, everyone will be within a level or 2. But we will basically combine those groups at the end, although I'm not going to get into it. But basically, by the time we get to the right, well, it's going to be it'll be 3 by the end of this, 4 by the end of the next one. Although those characters would have leveled up after DL10 Dragons of Dreams if we didn't already do that, so we should double check that. But yeah, so by the end, all the characters will be in the same place. I'll put it that way. So, but yeah, guys. So thanks for hanging out with us, and I guess that's all we have. Check out the Dragonlance Nexus stuff. We've talked about this a lot. Check out the revised Tasseloff Pouches of Everything on DM's Guild on Tuesday, December 6th, along with Champions of Kryn. Michael knows a guy who worked on those a little bit.
What do you mean, just Michael?
Michael
we don't know.
Well, we know him, but Michael knows him a lot better than we do.
Yeah, he does.
And it's his brother, Chuck, by the way, for those of you paying attention at home. Anyway, it's really good stuff. Like I said, I was able to get a little early sneak peek of the revised Tasseloff's Pouches of Everything. And
The magic using stuff is pretty impressive. I like that
really
a
cool
lot.
stuff. Really cool stuff there, and it goes into a lot more depth than the official stuff. But it's a really good companion piece to that. So definitely, if you're picking up, which I cannot wait for it to arrive. I've looked through it on D&D Beyond. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you. I've liked what I've seen so far. But you combine that with revised Tasselhoff's Pouches of Everything from the DMs Guild, man, you got all you need and more to play some Dragonlance games. So check that out in 5e anyway. Check that out. Check out Possessed, which is my web series on YouTube/Atomic Peanut Butter Group. And a lot of work went into that. So, please check that out. And as always, be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And for Gaz, Kemchan, Michael, and Will.Player, your mic cut out on all your pew pew pews.
It's because there was two whistling. It
it was a little too much there. But anyway, for all of us, I am Adam saying good night, and we will see you next time on Dragonlance. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.